no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, lucha porque no es tan mal, risa porque la vida te da, la angustia que siempre no sirve para nada.
Shout out to everybody here. Bitcoin taking a bit of a beat down here. Not too bad. 79,200 going after those late shorts. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC on the day here as we kind of explore. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to this beautiful Friday. God has given us this a beautiful day to be alive. Let's go, baby. We can't get stuck on price. I got stopped out last night on a little long idea that I had, and then I did miss a perfect short, man. So today is not the best for me. I could have reacted better. Kind of a head and shoulder here. If this continues, we're going down to 75,000, but there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. There's always a chance. We'll talk about if we can get a reversal back to the upside here. Was this just a fast liquidity grab? What's happening? The S&P bouncing. Every time James Wynn tells you it's going to be the worst day of the world, it's usually going to be a pump, right? Today's Black Friday for James Wynn. It's going to be the worst, nastiest day for the S&P in the history of the world. And lo and behold, it's... But, you know, we might have a shoulder head. We might have a head and shoulder here to the downside. So, man, there's so many self-proclaimed analysts out here like, I'm the best there ever was. Find me on... You know, it's like these people say the craziest stuff, man. Anyway, so let's take a look at BTC. Let's break it down. And shout out to everybody here, including James. Shout out to all the beautiful people that make the space fun. Anyone that talks about trading, we're still a niche subject matter if you think about it compared to baseball, football, all this other stuff. So anyone that talks about trading, you help me in a big way. So God bless every trader out there, all the YouTubers, man. Every single one of you guys. Very exciting times to be alive, right? Show number 2000. Show number 2000. Episode 2000. Right? Unbelievable. Funny. No guy over here. So let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly still looks bullish to me. All right. I will flip bearish if the monthly closes below 71,280. Then I'll be like, okay, we've lost a key resistance that was support. You know, we've flipped that. And so there you go. All right. I'm having Grok make a thing, and it's adding things that don't matter. So anyway, the monthly looks good to me. Again, it could be making a lower high. It could roll over, maybe shoulder, head, right shoulder. This would be devastation. You come up here, you know, we basically come up a little more. We make a right shoulder. And then, you know, the measured move of that right shoulder would be pretty nasty. I mean, would that happen? Could Bitcoin go all the way back down to $9,000? Looks unlikely to me. That would be the measured move of that head and shoulder on the monthly. So to me, it's like a reversal back to the upside. You know, it makes more sense. But shout out to everybody here. Show number 2000. I don't know where they got the crypto life with the skull, but show number 2000, episode number 2000. Shout out to everybody here. 2000 shows straight. God bless everyone that made that happen. That's an accomplishment beyond measure. I didn't even, you know, I can't even believe it. So let's take a look at the 2-week chart. 2-week chart still bearish. We were already kind of catching the wick back to the upside. We still got a week now to figure this out. And you know, it'll be great. Just like this one. We started bearish, we cleaned it up after about 6-7 days. Not the worst, but it is at previous resistance. So support, that is a resistance. We're gonna have to deal with that in some way, shape, or form. Is this a bear flag that it's headed lower? Should we start a short right now in case this thing takes a dump? I feel like it won't be the worst thing to have a head short cooking. What if that dumps and it takes you down to 47,000? Would be a great price for BTC. I'll tell you that right now. Let's take a look at that fear and greed back at 43. Definitely 5 was the time to buy, in my humble opinion. 43 is a little right? So let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly also looking somewhat bearish here. Bit of a rising wedge that may just take a dump on us. You know, it's just something we have to consider. We can't act like it's not happening. That's the thing about TA. You got to be open every day to whatever it brings you. You can't be stuck in your own thoughts like it has to be this way or not. Every day is a new blank page. Every day is a new painting. And we see kind of what the structure gives us. The 5-day chart, bearish engulfing candle right now. That's not a good sign. You know, that could take us further down. And again, rising wedges break down where they began. That could take you down to 67,000, folks. It really could. 3-day chart. Remember, I'm open-minded. Anything is possible here. I don't get stuck on it has to be one way. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I say that a lot on the show. The 3-day chart looks okay. There's a kind of a support of resistance there. Mainly a bigger support at about 75,000 for the 3-day. And then that brings us to the daily. So remember, when I was watching the daily, I was looking for some type of, some type of pattern that would hold us above this previous support as resistance. I know when the 21 gets close to the 200 that we get a pretty big movement. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way we hang out here all day and then we bounce tonight back to the top of the channel. So we have two scenarios here for Bitcoin. One, the 4-hour takes over that head and shoulder and we bounce down to this daily 50 moving average to 75,006. That's the key area you can see. Resistance there, a bounce right there. We would drop right down to about 75K, in my humble opinion. 75,285, somewhere in that region. So that looks likely to me if we can't get a bounce. This candle basically has to stop. It has to kind of go up and down all day. Can't go any lower. And then tonight, we need to open a green candle next to a red one, bounce this back, and then we can consolidate. There's a chance we're just doing a beautiful consolidation here and getting ready for a massive long. It'd be so beautiful. It would be so amazing. We'd go to 90,000. All right. And again, this dump creates a lot of short price, a lot of people to short. We need a lot of people to short this to get the move to the upside. We got to produce that liquidity grab. So good candle in a way because it gets people to short the market. I don't love it. It's a lower high with a tweezer top though. I got to take it for what it is. So we have to get a bounce. Technically, this kind of trend line has to hold. Is there some hidden bullish divergence there? I mean, technically, this is kind of down. Yeah, it's a downtrend, and that's an uptrend. But we'll see. It's not amazing. 12-hour 22. I mean, that's a clear head and shoulder pattern, is it not? On the 22-hour time frame. There's a shoulder. There's a head. There's a right shoulder. That tells you you're going to dump. It tells you you're going to dump the length here. So I could see how a bunch of people are going to open up shorts right now with a bunch of stop losses above this double top, this high here. It makes sense. All right. Are we going to be those people and get caught up? Or are we going to wait and focus and stay disciplined? We're going to see if there's a way for Sammy to slip in here the way I do. Somehow I always find this. Recently, I've been nailing it. So I don't even know how, but I have. And I want to continue. One loss last night, but that was like the bigger, $500. That was like the bigger loss in a long time. I've been nailing it. So that's a head and shoulder pattern. 100% it is. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's got a measured move. The length of the pole. The length of the midsection, the neckline to the top of the head there. And then again, there's 75.5, 75,500 there. That area just keeps calling our name. 12-hour looks bearish. 8-hour looks bearish. 4-hour looks mighty bearish. The last 4 hours was a massive dump. Literally, from 8 a.m. to 10, we just took a bang and dump. What I was looking at last night, I was looking for this to hold. Looking like this was a bear trap. They ripped it back up, and I just wanted to see us. I was basically beginning a bigger trade. I was starting to enter a trade that I believe we could go sideways here for a few, maybe a day or two more, and then we could add to the trade. We get a big pump to the upside. So that was my speculative idea, and this morning it didn't play out. I did get my system told me what to do. I had a crazy morning this morning. I ended up missing the move, but you see this here. It's a descending triangle on the 15-minute time frame that says you're going to dump. And then also my signal came on the 5-minute. We broke below the 200. We touched the 21 inside of a flag, and then we took a dump to the downside, right? Could almost continue this dump further down. So what now? Do I get out of my monthly long and call it a day and just take that gain that I've been in for so long? Is this the end of the bigger run? That's why it's hard to trade big time frames. It's really not easy to make big money in lev trading because you got to be in the trade for a long period of time. You have to have conviction forever. And you have to be willing to just get stopped out of break even too, which is kind of crazy. All right, but that's kind of how it is. Might be a good place to take some profit. We'll see. I mean, the 5-minute looks like it could continue in a bear flag. This is what I'm looking if we want to jump on in. So there's a couple ideas here. A head short. That could have even been made at the top of that right shoulder last night. But a head short, sideways price action on the 5. And remember, no matter what analyst you watch, like I'm live every day, 7 days a week, and I still miss a trade or I miss a perfect setup. You're not going to be perfect. You know, in a month's time, if you get 20 beautiful setups, you're doing amazing. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Shout out to all my beautiful people. Shout out to anyone that follows me on X, CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate that. On the way to 42,000 subs and counting. Thank you very, very much. Shout out to anyone that follows me on YouTube and subscribes to the channel. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for jumping on in today with the Crypto Lifer. So, yeah, I see more bearishness, to be honest. And it looks like we could continue this thing. This thing looks like it may continue to the downside. So let's take a look here. I may have to be pulling in a short. I mean, that might be the money to be made today, or we leave it alone. You don't have to trade every day of your life, but let's take a look. Let this puppy load up. All right, so, I mean, beautiful descending triangle. I mean, it was right there in my face. The 21 was crossing the 200. I mean, it's like we take this trade all the time right here when the 21's about to cross and we're tight. And really, the idea is just to flip it upside down and trade it the same way, right? Try to V-shape recovery this puppy back to the upside there, but it doesn't look amazing. I got to be honest. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours suggested, you know, so here's the deal, man. There's two scenarios here. There's a scenario one that this is kind of a trend line that we're holding. And somehow, some way, we're going to get a bounce here. They're going to flush all these late shorts. They're going to make it tight, and then we're going to go up and pump. Still kind of stubborn on this idea. But if I get too stuck into it, I'll miss the dump to the downside here. I mean, that's technically a head and shoulder pattern, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You'd say, well, that's higher than that. I say, yeah, but you could say it's slanted down. It's a down slanting head and shoulder pattern. There's your measured move to the downside. Takes you about to 75,000, 75,002. We would lose the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, which would be bearish. All right, and then you see the 1 hour too as well, which is attempting to get a bounce. You know, I figured the bounce would happen here, not lower than these lows. So it's like funny. They made a bear trap. They pumped it up. They made it consolidate. And if you just know my system, you could see that the patterns told you that's a descending triangle. You're going to dump. If you do all the liquidity, this is what's going to happen, Trump and the tweets, you're going to miss what's right in front of you. You got to trade the price action. You can't trade the narrative. All right? They go hand in hand, so people get confused. Some days they go together, and you're like, well, the narrative was perfect. But the price action's always right. You see what I mean? The narrative sometimes basically conjoins with the price action. Like, they'll happen together. You'll think that's the narrative. But it's mainly always the price action. Meaning, if you didn't know the narrative and you stuck to price action, you'd be right more than you weren't. If you did both, you'd be wrong, but sometimes right, because the narrative and the price action would they'd coincide sometimes. People that don't trade long enough, even a couple years, 4 years, you'll think things are true that aren't. After 10 years, you'll realize they're uncorrelated. They just seem that way because you weren't trading that long. That's why a trading career, the longer you trade, the more insight you will have. And the more you will learn, the more you will see. Did I trade perfect today? No. Did I nail the short perfectly? No. Does that mean I'm going to do, does it mean every time I'm going to miss? No, it just means today it wasn't perfect for me. That's okay. It's one out of thousands of days in my life. Like, you're a trader, right? So you think you're going to trade perfectly 365 days a year? No. You think you're going to hit every single trade, even though you have a great system? Sometimes you're going to miss your system, or sometimes you might get distracted. It's going to happen. All right. If you beat yourself up every time you do something wrong in life, you're going to have a tough life, man. All right. You could be critical of yourself. You could say I could have done better. You could say, hey, there's a chance I could have been, and that's fine. You know, it makes, you know, you could be harder on yourself 100%, but don't beat yourself up every single time. Every time you sell a trade, it keeps going, oh, I could have stayed in more. No, thank you, dear Lord, for the wins that I did have. Like, we're still up huge from my Las Vegas and my Miami wins. I haven't given back those gains. I've been super, super cautious and very, 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 very careful about my trades. And that's actually made me very content. You know, I'm getting way better at keeping my gains, and that's important when in leverage trading, because it can come and go so fast. You can give it back so fast, and I'm not in the nature of doing that. So looks like a bear flag. We could get a bounce. It's tough right now. Hard to say, really. I would look for the smaller time frames. Wow, we kind of have a bit of a cup and handle there. And I look for the 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute is showing signs of a flag back to the upside here. There was some bull div, double bottom with a bit of a cup. This could blast back to the upside, back to the 200. I used to trade this a lot. As I told you, I stopped trading this a lot because it was sketchy. There was no guarantees I was going to win the trade. Possibly a flag here that could bounce back to the upside, though. Back to the 200 at least. There's kind of a cup and handle here. Low stochastics. I believe it's high risk on a Friday with lower volume. We got through the crazy week, though. Let's talk about Forex Factory. We got through the crazy, crazy week. We had unemployment claims. We had core PPI. We had CPI, right? And it didn't go amazing, right? It definitely, we had some bearish information, right? We have Empire State Manufacturing Index. That's huge. Kind of crazy. Capacity utilization rate, not bad. Industrial production, up compared to, you know, way up actually, which is bullish in my humble opinion. So we'll see. There's some work behind the scenes here. Bitcoin getting a bit of a bounce. 79,113 from the low there. It's 78,596. The late shorts. If you just ape into a short, see, let me explain something. The people that make money in trading are the people that sit there and analyze, pick an area that they're waiting to make an entry on. When it hits that area, they take the entry, and then they have proper risk management already filled out. Bang. People that lose money are people that wake up, see the short, get emotional when it's, and then just like, oh, I got to short the market. And they throw money into a short immediately, right? And so you're more likely to lose when you don't have a plan or a setup. That's just the facts, okay? So if you're losing a lot, just at least find someone that has a plan or a setup and learn how they, even if you don't trade the way they trade, learn the way they structure their trades. Like learn how they go about trading. You know what I mean? Just the general idea of how do they do it? Well, first they make sure that there's something that they've back tested for a long time is starting to show up. Right? Like technically this is a cup and handle high or low. I've seen this many times. Does it mean it's going to play out? No. But at least I've seen this many times. And if I were to take this trade, okay, at least I'm taking something that I've known, there's a cup and handle there, a high or low. We should bounce back to the 200 moving average, right? Does that mean we're going to for sure? No, not at all. Like this may continue to implode. But this is just an idea that I've seen before. Now, I've traded this a lot. I've learned to wait for the 200 break. Funny, I said that yesterday. Remember 2 days ago we were dumping and I said you could wait in the end of the day, and exactly that happened. At 7 o'clock, somewhere between 6 and 7 that day, we crossed the 200. We got my signal. And I was able to take a long. It's, you know what I mean? I didn't know. I used it as an example, but it happened exactly. Look, bear flag. You're on the 21 below the 200 dumpage. Send it. So right now we're seeing if enough people could jump on in, or the late shorts going to get paid for aping into these late shorts. Usually you don't get paid for aping in at the end, but. We'll see. I mean, this is technically an ascending triangle. They can break down 50% of the time. It's not a 100% pattern. It's not like, I like this song. I like this song, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Let me jump on into the chat. I don't even think I got the chat out. Let me see. I got to get the chat up. Reliable J with a $20 super chat for the show number 2000, man. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the live chat. Let's look at the fan funding. Kratz, bro, 2K, hard work and consistency to another 2K more. Lifers for life. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Much appreciated. Mark is giving 10 memberships. The guy never stops giving those memberships out. Unbelievable. Creating everybody green. Lord of the Rings vlogs. Thank you. Long live the lifers. God bless you, man. Thank you. I fell into my core life. That's how I used to trade. Now you educated me, and my trades have become much better. I live that 21 MA. Hey, it's really how it works. Am I muted? No, I see you right there. Indie Trades One. We love you, man. Shout out to everybody here. Cup and handle. Can we get the breakout? I used to trade this all the time and look for the daily low. I learned my lesson that there's better probabilities, but we'll see. You really made a difference to my day. Very refreshing and informative. You really make a difference. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today. And I hope I give you guys a lot of great information and you have fun with me, because that's the key. Crypto lifer style, baby. We can, we will, we are the best. If we live inside the realm in which we create the realm in which we live, and we keep pushing every day, and nobody can get in our way, man. If you live in love, you don't have negative karmatic energy pulling you down, and you're just doing the right thing, you've got it, man. You've got it. Now there we go. There's a little pumpage. It should pump up to the 200. Whether that's sustainable or not, we will see. We will see. Yeah. And I'm just looking at some news here today. Japan's 30-year bond crossed 4% for the first time ever. Wow. Right? And they're getting a hyperliquid ETF, which I think would be a big deal for the space. Right? I don't know. It seems like everyone's not that happy with China, right? Is Ray Dalio wrong on Bitcoin? It's funny. If he was so smart, why wasn't he into Bitcoin early, right? Elizabeth Oren says the crypto bill could blow up the economy. She doesn't realize that the dollar is already, like we're already positioned in something that basically, the Fed, man, and we're never going to get out, right? You can see what's happening. The money that gets spent in AI is going to take over. The companies that spend the most in AI can do the most, and they're going to run circles around other companies. It's kind of scary because Amazon already concentrated a lot of the buying power. Like everyone buys everything on Amazon. Not everybody, but most people do. Right? If you think of something and you need it, you're going to click on Amazon. It's a monopoly, no matter what they say. 100% it is, and it's going to become they're going to have AI monopoly soon, and it's going to be harder and harder to get the big boys off the top, because whoever gets on top has that AI running and has the edge, and then that AI can stay on the edge. And I see it just the one scary thing about AI is I see it conglomerating or amalgamating power. I see it again bringing power to the few to control the many. And do the math. Do game theory, right? Now you could also say, well, there's also little people that will have access and they can compute that. So I'll stay positive and believe that anything is possible. But the big boys have invested more money than us. They have more tech than us. They have more time than us. And they're light years ahead of us. Like, even if I start doing as much AI as I can right now, they've got me. They're ahead of me so high right now. They're and I'm a guy who's on it, who thinks about this stuff every day. Imagine the everyday person who's just living their life. Like, big changes are coming in the next 10 years. Like, I even think about my daughters. Like, I encourage them to go to college. Why? Like, for what? You know what I mean? Like, for what? I'm just being honest. Like, to get a degree that you can ask AI all the questions that they'll learn in 5 years. You could say it's a good experience, but it's just crazy, man. James Wynn says we're bleeding right now. Look, Buy the rumor, sell the news. U.S. futures are bleeding. And I'm like, this 4-hour candle's bleeding? Like, we're bleeding, right? We're bleeding hard. That's a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame on the S&P. Now, it could be making a right shoulder. I'm looking for shoulder, head, right, shoulder, a complex head and shoulder, right? Amazon stuff is cheap, but quality isn't the best. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, 100%. That's all success is. Are you going after a worthy ideal every day? Something that you depict, something that you figured out, something that you push. And, I'd be looking for the 5-minute to create a bear flag. As we come back to the 21 here. That white line on the VRVP, hold on, the point of control is a little much. Yeah, like it just, the white line just gets in the way for me. Couldn't it being a beautiful bear flag? We'll see how this ensues here. Technically, it's a symmetrical triangle there. They can go 50-50. So do you along the bottom? I mean, that's a nice bull div. I like the long the old me would take this every time. I'd hit this flag every time. But sometimes it meandered. Sometimes it didn't hit perfectly. So, right? Yeah, only used for college now is the experience in making friends. I know, right? You will make good friends, though. I'm still friends with my people that I've met. And they did say the people you meet in college, you'll be friends with for the rest of your life. I'm still friends with some of the people that I met in high school, too. Or that, we grew up together. We might have had to go to different high schools at one point, but we grew up together. I'm a very loyal person. I stay connected to the people I know, It takes a lot for me to kind of cut somebody off, but I will if I have to. Sad to say. I've had to cut some people off in my life that have disrespected me. Like, say you're my good friend and I own something and I have it and you just keep taking it without asking me. We're not going to be friends anymore. You know what I mean? I can't respect you if you don't respect me. I can't give you a relationship you don't give me. Atonement. You know what I mean? Once you understand the Bible and your relationship with God, your relationship with humans become the same. If you give so much, you should get some, you should basically get, you should be, if a relationship doesn't restore you, then it's draining you. That's all I'm saying, you know what I mean? So look, shoulder, head, and right shoulder. We're tight here on the 1-minute time frame. We should be getting a bounce back to this 200 moving average, but no guarantees. I'm looking at the 5 because when the 5 clicks and hits that 21, that could be a beautiful bear flag that just sends us lower. It's weird. I'm seeing news. U.S. stock market crashed 1 billion, but when does this? Fine, 1 trillion was taken out of the market, and that little dippage didn't even seem that bad to me, right? A trillion on the NASDAQ? Let's take a look at the NQ. Everything's bouncing, though, right? Everything's getting a bit of a bounce here, so I keep showing that they're printing money like I've never seen. We're actually at a really bad place in the world. Like, the dollar is going to lose so much value so fast that we're going to go into a period, I believe, of hyperinflation. I believe this period of hyperinflation is going to, accelerate the value of Bitcoin to a level people don't realize. It's sad because, the stock markets are going to help, they're going to show signs of weak. But look, shoulder, head, you might make a right shoulder here and dump. I showed you the 1 hour might make a head, you know what I mean? So I'll be ready to see whatever happens. But right now, you bounce off the bottom of the channel, you're headed to the top of the channel. All right, so the late shorts are about to get squeezed. Oversold in the stochastics hidden bullish divergence. As you can clearly see, this, you know, this, I mean, in general, this swings up. Yeah, that is hidden bullish divergence. Says you're going to break this high before you break this low. So just be careful, you know, getting into the narrative, because they're all going to tell you it's over, it's going down the tubes. Look at all these big people in the space with lots of followers telling you that we're dumping, we're dumping, we're dumping. Right? Funny. The dominoes are starting to fall. See, Korean stock market getting blitzed. Japan bought. Yeah. They're going to keep feeding you the narratives, man. Over and over again. Yep. My God, man. It's true, though. A bunch of divers died. You know what I mean? It's just, that's crazy, man. So, look, I mean, to me, I'm a little more bearish today than bullish. Just because we broke down from a key level. I wanted to see us hold some, you know what I mean? My little narrative there with that flag is starting to die. And when that dies, that means I got to flip bearish. Like, if my bullish narrative isn't there, then I got to start to flip more bearish, right? Technically, I mean, this should kind of make a flag here, touch the 21, and then it will continue to the upside, right? Now it's oversold in the stochastics RSI, overbought, I mean. I think the smart move is to take a short here. You know, for a day trade, short scalp. Those oversold stochastics, the target would take it to 77,652. The stop would have to be somewhere at what, 79,497. Yeah, I'm going to take that short right now. 3 for 8. I'm going to take that short. Let's see what happens. Stokes are high. Let them come down. Let's see if we get a nice cycle move down here for Bitcoin, right? In other news, Bitcoin is dumping horribly. You know what I mean? Funny. Shout out to Paul, man, the crypto factor. Nice to see his face there. Bond yields broke out just as I predicted they would. Today's sell-off in gold, and especially the 670 plunge in silver, is a great buying opportunity, as investors who expected bond yields to follow have no idea what higher yields portend for inflation and precious metals. No mention of Bitcoin today. I'm shocked. That's so funny, man. The dominoes are starting to fall. Look, I see the Clarity Act. My shorts are printing. Right, but no, never see the actual short. People will say my shorts are printing. You'll never see the trade. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just say stuff, but they'll never show you the actual trade. Hyperliquid ETF race heats up as Bitwise launches staking-powered BYHYP fund. The Bitwise Hyperliquid ETF, the fund, which begins trading on Friday, is among the first spot hyperliquid exchange-traded products in the U.S. and the first to incorporate in-house staking through Bitwise on-chain solutions. Pretty big deal. Today, Japanese 30-year bond crossed 4% for the first time ever. Yikes. Right? And what I'll do is I'll actually explain that to you instead of just pumping data down your face. I will explain what the data means, kind of what's happening here. Shout out to all the people here on the channel, new and old. We appreciate you for jumping on in and hanging out with the lifers. Thank you so much for being absolutely amazing and kicking it. All right. So far, so good. We're up in the trade. We'll see where this goes. But those high stochastics pointing down with the 21 touching, you know, suggest that we should get a pump. You know what I mean? We trade this the other way all the time. And the stochastics are there for us. We'll see, though. Nothing's guaranteed on this volatile, low volume Friday. Worst comes to worst, I get stopped out for like $300, right? It won't be the worst thing. So we'll see. But I'm expecting more downside here for Bitcoin, as you can see, right? So let's kind of break down the Japanese yield, right? Let's learn something together. Japanese 30-year government yield crossed 4%. For the first time ever, these bonds started being issued in 1999. It hit around 4 point intraday, up sharply from recent levels. It was around 3.9 earlier this week. What does this rising yield actually mean? Like, what does the rising bond yield actually mean? The bond yield moves inverse to bond prices. When yields rise this fast, it means investors are selling Japanese government bonds or refusing to buy them at lower yields. They're demanding higher returns because they expect higher inflation to stick around, the Bank of Japan to keep raising rates, or to do less bond buying, or both. The opposite of the Japan is stuck in deflation forever. The opposite of the Japan is stuck in a deflation forever world that lasted from the 1990s until very recently. The global bond sell-off driven by fresh inflation. Oil prices have spiked above 109 a barrel amid U.S.-Iran geopolitical tensions. Hot producer prices, PPI, data came out of both Japan and the U.S., right? And the market is repricing the central banks may need to stay hawkish longer. Japanese-owned long-term yields have been climbing steadily as the Bank of Japan slowly exits decades of ultra-loose policy. Negative rates ended, yield curve control was relaxed. Today's move just broke a major psychological barrier. So Japan has near zero or near negative long-term yields for the past 30 years. Crossing 4% on the 30-year yield is the end of an era. The government debt is enormous. Every 1% rise in yields adds tens of billions in extra interest payments on the new debt. This puts pressure on the government's massive fiscal spending plans. Higher Japanese yields make the yen more attractive to hold. This carries unwind the famous yen carry trade, borrowing cheap yen to invest abroad, which tends to strengthen the yen and can ripple into global markets. Bottom line, this isn't panic. It's the market finally pricing in a normalized Japan after decades of extreme policy. But the speed of the move, especially on the long end, is catching people off guard and is feeding into the broader global inflation rate hike anxiety we're seeing in the U.S. It's a clear sign that free money era in Japan is over. For investors, it's another reminder that low rate world we got used to is gone, right? Yeah, and if AI can produce enough of GDP, that can offset inflation over time too as well, right? So what happened? The mainstream media reports that Ben Shapiro's media empire is in complete collapse. Something's going down there with the Daily Wire. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't look good as well. All right. They're trying to bounce it here now. Right here. Either they bounce it up, get it tighter. This is going to be the flush down right now as we speak here. Might be a bottom. It could be a bottom, folks. Right? I just like the 21 touching the flag. We'll see. Let's see. Let's take a look at that 1 minute. Did it hold that cup and handle? Still inside of a bear flag. That's still a bear flag, but I could see a higher low. I could see it attempting to dig out. Let me zoom out and look at a bigger time frame. I don't know. It looks more bearish to me, even on the 15. 1 hour's attempting a tweezer bottom, though. I usually ape in right there with a stop below the low, so. And it's very oversold in the RSI, very oversold in the stochastics. I'm looking for that daily to rip back up, and then that original narrative can play out, right? Interesting. We may be getting a possible bounce here. Let me take a look at the even bigger. I got to erase everything and look at the big. I just want to look at candle bodies. Wow, daily hugged the low. So, the daily support of resistance is still in place. If you long right here with a stop like below this low there, 77.4, you're technically doing an SR flip, and you could still win this trade. It's not over just yet. This is like the out-the-box theory that no one else is really thinking about, that we ended up in some type of consolidation here. We defy that head and shoulder on the 22-hour time frame, which to me looks pretty dang bearish, right? Everything is telling us to stay bearish, but we'll see. We will see. You want to see this come up, hit the top of the trend line, get tight, and then dump, baby, dump. I didn't risk I risk what I'm willing to lose, so it's not a big deal. Let me jump back into the chat and see what you people are suggesting. I love talking to everybody here. We have Boondock Saint. He said, bullish on hardware floors. Let's go. Selling them like crazy right now. I love hearing that. Thank you, Sammy, showing up again. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Which will always sell to the poor, getting them to think they will buy back later. Never happens. They just create another asset and fool you again. 100%. You should be shorting this. Thank you. Dump, baby, dump. It's going down. It's making sausage, egg, and cheese, English muffins. Anybody want one? Oh, yeah. I don't eat pork, but I would take the egg and cheese. Watch Tino at dinner now on the carry trade. Yeah. Regis, you got it, bro. I'll make 4 now. Anyone else? You're funny. You're funny. Shout out to Hopium, Copium, or Hopi Copium. This is so going lower, yeah. Can I replace live trading completely at global scale in the next 10 to 20 years? Sure, the market is the entire human emotions at scale. The AI can react that level as the narrative singularity. I don't know. Too much thought process. You're thinking too much, man. One day at a time, bro. One day at a time. Sammy is Skynet. I hope I am. That'd be so cool. Down $92 in a short. But you'd expect it to kind of get down and get tight. And then, hey, you know, I love front running the bottoms on the 1 hour. Yesterday, we had a massive run right back. You know, I ended up calling that bottom. We got a massive run right back to the upside. I ended up catching that, which is crazy. We'll see. I mean, we are pretty far away from the 21. Every time we're that far away, we do come back to it. That's one part of the narrative there. 21's crossing, though, below here on the 15. Could even pump back up to it, too. I could see that. Looks like a bear flag, though, right there to me. It touches the 21 and continues. No guarantees. We can't tell. You know. Sam, you're John Connor. Hey, I'm short this morning. We'll see. Shout out to Rave Song Records, man. I mean, the short really was here. The sell was there. Get in there, sell there, move on. Like, that was the beautiful move of the day. I missed it, which I'm a little tight about, but it's okay. I have to tell myself, Sam, you're not going to hit every trade. Be grateful for every moment that you have in this life, and don't beat yourself up about any of these experiences. Just be happy that you had them and that you're alive and well, man. So, someone says they see the model on gold. Let's take a look at gold real quick. Wow, gold with a dump. Nasty pullback. Kind of strange if you think about it, but if they're going to continue to print money, you know, how does gold not go up over time? But yeah, there is the model right there. It's the 21 above the 200 in the tightness. I don't know. Gold to me is a little confusing at the moment. The way it's just like, you know, the price action's up and down. No one expecting bull market sooner. Yeah. Why does the price always hang at support instead of resistance? I'm short every morning, 5-4. You're funny. I caught a short before the stream started. Sammy Sauce. I love it. I love it. I don't know, man. I'm not happy. It doesn't look good. It looks like I may miss this cup and handle reversal. I've been off, man, since last. It's weird. It's like you get off and then it takes like a couple hours to like switch back on for me sometimes. I like showing losses, though. I see a lot of traders, they never lose, and I'm like, that's interesting. I wonder what that's like to never lose a trade. Must be amazing, right? It's like unheard of, but they do it all the time, right? Still overbought, still struggling, not amazing. We'll see. To me, still a bit of a bear flag. You gotta be able to handle some drawdown if you're going to trade for a living. You're not going to be right every time. So, especially every day. You know, some days I might be wrong, 70%. I'm still profitable. I got to just hit 3 out of 10 trades. So it's not, you know, as long as you got proper risk management by your side, you'll be all right. Funny, it's almost like that's why I just stay kind of bullishly biased, because I'm able to catch the, you know, every time I kind of go again. Lately, I've been like more bullishly trading than shorting. I've had less luck with shorts for whatever reason, you know, way more. My biggest gains all come from longs, you know, in the last 2 months. Let's see. That's a nice red candle with the stochastics turning on us there. I like it. Bear flagging it. Let's go, baby. Let's send it. Leverage Mastery lost last night. Gold will come down to 39 before a massive bullpen. Yeah, and shout out to anyone that jumped into Leverage Mastery. We just want to rework the program, and we're just revamping a bunch of stuff here at Crypto Lifer. We're under construction. You know what I mean? So, but God bless anyone that did support us along the way and is still in there. We appreciate that. Caught the bottom again and again and again. We do a pretty good job catching that bottom. And then these continuation shorts. Ooh, wow, they caught it right there at the bottom there. Let's take a look. And again, altcoins will get affected. That's why I'm telling people, be careful with these altcoins. They look good, but then Bitcoin shifts and the whole thing can shift on you. Flare had a bit of a pump. It actually was pumping last night and it continued. Hyperliquid ETF news is holding some good gains above 40. Justin Sun did look somewhat bullish to me, the Just coin. DEXE holding. We're going to look at that because it's holding a key level. It's been at for a while. Chili's. Dude, look, remember this Chinese coin? I'm up. I got in at 38 cents. I'm still in this coin, man. I believe it's called Binance Life. I'm still in this coin. It's so crazy. I've been in it for a week now. $1,500 I threw in there. We'll see, man. It's taking forever, man. Beyond Life. I can't even type it in because I can't type Chinese. All right. When you have the class, again, the class is being revamped. I believe in about 2 weeks' time, the class will be back out again. And I'll be teaching it in July and August. So June, July, and August, we should be teaching class. So thank you for asking. That means there's a demand, and I want to make sure that we're back in class hanging out. All right. Oh, see, now I see kind of an inverted head and shoulder. I'm the king at finding the bottom. That's why I never short, right? It's that's why I short. Not never. I don't want to say never, but rarely. Lately, the market's been in an uptrend, so I've taken the all the calls to the upside. Technically, you're making higher lows in the 1 minute. You're tempting to dig out here. I may miss out on a great reversal. 1 hour candle just closed bullish. I mean, usually when I see that, I long right now. I go long right now with a stop below the wicks and take that puppy back to the upside. Very simple strategy. I just use candle bodies and low stochastic. Can we look at Swift Coin? Been holding. Thank you. Swift Coin, huh? Let's take a look and send in your super chats for TA and deep dive, just like I'm going over this coin real quick. If I could spell it. Swift Coin. SWFT. There we go. Yeah, Swift Coin. SWFT. We'll go over here. I just can't. They got it on Coinbase for US dollar. Wow, it's at the bottom of its barrel, man. You say it's been holding? I guess I see what you're saying. It created a bottom there, and it's kind of an Adam and Eve. That is accumulation. Usually you're going to get a big spike. Eventually, bing, you're going to get a big spike up. I don't know, man. You have to really believe in this coin to buy the absolute bottom. I think there's better out there. But, you know, if you think it's the one, I think there's better out there. But it technically does look like a bottom to me. Congrats, bro. Hard work. God bless Reliable J. Thank you. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for being here. And look, wow, they flipped it bearish now. Okay. Now it does look more bearish. It looks like we may win this now. We'll see. We'll see, man. I got conviction. I'm trading the model. I'm trading my model. See, I'm the 21's above the 200, touching the price action and consolidation. I would take this long, so I got to take it short. We got oversold stochastics RSI. Tells me that we could win this puppy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. I've only been trading for 20 years. Maybe I can help you in some way, shape, or form. People come here, seem to get a lot of information. They seem to love the stream, so that's why I keep streaming. Where do you see SWE on the 1 day in the week? Let's take a look at SWE and see what's happening. And again, if you call whatever I have success or whatever it is in life, I don't know, you guys consider me a success? You know, if you consider me a success, you have to ask yourself, well, how did he find success? What did he do? He stayed consistent. He did the same thing every day, no matter how much pain he was in, if he was sick, no matter if he didn't feel good, if his mind wasn't perfect, the guy just kept going. And no excuses for his life. If his mom died, if he had a baby, his dad died unexpectedly, he didn't find reasons to give up. You know, if you look back on me and just look at me as a skeletal man and you take the ego away, I'm just a guy that never stopped. That's all. I just found something I was passionate about and I never stopped. That's all. That's the key to life, folks. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's not easy. Not every day is going to be awesome. You're going to struggle for sure. You know what I mean? How you fight through that struggle, how you keep pushing through that struggle is really what all that matters. Like in trading, there's going to be losses. How you handle the loss. Some people take a loss, they get more into their head, and they get more into their head, and they turn it into more losses. You got to take a loss, and you got to flip it into a win. You got to say, hey, it's a loss, but it's not the worst thing in my life. I can bounce back from this. You know, I can make something better out of this. I can do it. I can, and you will. So someone say, where do you see SWE on the 1 day, on the 1 week? Honestly, I don't trust any of these altcoins at all. Any of them. None of them. And I don't trust these little rallies. And I told everybody this. Look, you hit the 200 moving average, you got a massive dump right back down. I got everyone to go, I'm DCAing in. This is the bottom. They did it here. They did it so many times. You know, I'd pull a fib and I'd say, hey, where are we? I'd say, fine, we're at that 618. Could we get a bounce? Depends on Bitcoin, right? And I tell everyone, no, I don't care how good your coin is. Bitcoin has a huge play in if your coin's going to move or not. All right. SWE looks bearish to me, but I mean, it is at a support, previous resistance. You would expect some type of bounce here. Well, it looks like it could take some time. Be honest, I don't love the way it looks. It's a bearish engulfing candle. It gave back it pumped in a day and then gave it all back. All right. Can we win this short, man? I mean, that's when you should enter it right there with the 21 touching. And Friday's going to be slow. It's going to take a lot longer to find out when you win or trade. It takes long. I mean, I see the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. If this puppy dumps, I'm just saying, I think it's good to have a short cooking in case I don't love what I'm seeing here. How about the 5-hour live stream yesterday, baby? Today is Fed Chair Jerome Powell's last day as the Fed, man. It's amazing. Amazing. You know, yeah, nothing is healthy at a hotel breakfast. It's true, man. It's true. Cardano Whales holds 67% of ADA. Largest Cardano hold now controlled 20 billion, 60% of the total supply. Highest concentration since 2020. I mean, we're not going to let it go. I still own my Cardano. I'm not saying I'm a whale, but I still own a chunk of it. Never selling, baby. Never selling. I like it. So look, Bitcoin could slump, gold could pump. You know, they're not always correlated, right? Again, it's all about the moving averages. When you see you're above the 200 with that 21, there's a good chance you'll get continuation. When you're below the 200 touching the 21, there's a good chance you get continuation. And we're continuing down. We're making a bear flag. We'll continue lower. See if we can get this win to 77.6 and turn this into a beautiful day trade. Flip this guy and show you how, even a negative day in the market can become a positive day in our lives as we find our way. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. You want to get the information, get the knowledge. Just like Harvard and Yale, I sell beautiful education. I have no problem selling education. I've been doing it for 20 years. I have so much insight and tips and tricks and people that follow me to help you. And we create a really positive, energetic, formation of people. Seriously, we bring a lot of people together from around the world that have super high frequency. And I think that alone is worth money too. So I wanted to shout out my man Coin Vigilante, but I wanted to make sure I had the DM there. I got a DM somewhere. My DMs. See me in the DMs. Where are the DMs? Weird, I can't find my DMs out of nowhere. It's weird. Where the heck did the DMs go? Profile, home. Where are my DMs? Oh, messages, right? It should be, oh yeah, chat. There we go. I forgot they moved it there. Coin Vigilante. Okay, I don't have a... I'll start a new conversation. I just wanted to put out the link, man, so you guys can get a discount on a Bitcoin watch. I really like my man Coin Vigilante. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll get it, not on your time, right? Funny cat coin. Funny, that did actually go up a little bit after a little bit of a dip. Funny. Gold looking good, like it's the play right now. Bitcoin looking like it wants to bounce. Look at this. I'd be completely wrong here and have to flip. Funny, I go back to my bullish narrative and I should just stay consistently bullish, man. Every time I even slightly short, I missed the initial short today. That was the money one. And now they're bouncing it back. Rip it right back up and collect the late shorts, possibly. I'm a late short guy now. So, still looks like a bear flag to me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You tell me over here. Crazy consolidation, sideways action here on the 1 minute and the 5. As you continue to kind of press. I do see, look, it's a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a right shoulder, though. Yeah, that's a reversal pattern from a bottom area. Congrats on 2,000 episodes. God bless you, mentor. Thank you, man. And it hasn't been easy, man. Some days I lose a trade in front of everyone, and I get in my head, and I tell myself I suck, and I get into that negative thought, and I can't do that. I got to say, no. You're just one man that made one mistake one day. You'll be all right, Sammy. You'll make it through. You know what I mean? You've been consistent. But you know what I mean? The reality is the reality in front of you at that time, though. And these are the facts. When you put your life in the public limelight every day of your life, there's going to be pressure, man. There's going to be pressure. Honestly, the market looks interesting. It's got mixed signals today with the yield, a lot of pressure. I keep looking at that S&P. Look, gold looking like kind of struggling. $4-hour with that bigger candle, but I mean, I see a shoulder, I see a head and shoulder beat. You cannot pump like this forever, folks. It's unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Like, looks like you could come all the way back down there to, 71.84? You see what I mean? That looks like a key level that, like, I just feel like we're not going to be able to maintain. I could be wrong. Maybe we plow up and we go sideways. They print more money than I've ever seen. And, I have to go deal with an extended chart. So, let's see what BOOKMAP is showing. BOOKMAP wants lower. Thank you for saying that. Shout out to MSKI. Jasmine has slow bleeding. Can we take a look? We'll look at Jasmine, but why? It's slow bleeding. Like, why do you want to look at that? Yeah. I mean, this looks like we're going down to 78,000. That's what BOOKMAP is saying. It's saying we got liquidity below us, right? But you never know, folks. You just never know. I don't have a lot of coverage here, too. Like, this is, again, not technically is my model, but now that's looking like a descending triangle that, these tend to dump. If I was looking at this the other way, I'd say, well, isn't that just going to... You'd have to say it's more in a flag, leaning lower. Funny, I was listening to someone stream earlier today, and I noticed they were using the music I use, and I'm like, did they steal the music, or did they just like that song while they were listening to my stream, or like how did? I swear, man, almost every stream bites my stream in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not. But I'm like, it's like the exact music. It was the exact song that I play a lot. I was like, man, whatever, not a big deal. I just thought it was interesting. I was like, hey, I was kind of actually, I was flattered. Still inside the short, down 124. We'll see where this goes. Just waiting on price action there. That's my life. The last hour, anything crazy, but narrow getting a little bit of a move. Actually looked good to me recently. XDC up 14% in 7 days. Casper 3.5, Hedera, Bonk, Hyperliquid. Let's take a look at the one that just got in my head. What was that one that's holding? Not Hyperliquid. Hold on. There's a coin in my head right now. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on Friday for some reason. What is that coin that's been holding while the rest of the market is in shambles? I still like Aster long term. It has a real use case. I like FET long term. I like Render. I like Flare. I think Pepe could still do numbers over time. I actually hold some Pepe because I believe that. SEI Chainlink. Hold on. I'll get it. Funny, my little coin's holding it down, up 7% in a week, man. I love it. Nexo's been on my radar. Monero. I want to talk about Monero. Aerodrone's been all right. Virtual's another one that I believe is a long-term hold. A real use case, right? I want to look at DEXE because DEXE, that's the main one that I wanted to look at. I could spell, I just can't type. I can spell great. I was in spelling competitions as a kid. I was really good at it. My spelling is amazing. My typing, not so much. I tend to type faster, I tend to want to type as fast as my mind, and it just never seems to keep up, and I always miss a word or something. Whisper flow is the word, is the way. So look, let's take a look at it on the 3-day chart. Yeah, 21 crossing. This is looking really good. Like we had a pump, we consolidated, and it looks like it could continue. And this has a bigger measured move. I don't know what's up with this coin. We found it at 350. It's still up huge right now. It's holding about a 4x, right? So, and to me, it looks like it's going to go higher. Everything looks good on the 8-hour, looks good on the 4-hour. Again, there's a chance lately because there's been low liquidity, they might dip it down to here, 10, 15, and then rip it back up. I've been seeing a lot of this stuff. Dump it, hang out, and then rip it. Go after liquidity right here. But regardless, this looks big to me. You remember, irregardless is not a word. It's regardless. But regardless, seriously though, don't be using... Irregardless is not a word. It's not. I found that out too. I had to find out that the hard way. I used to say it. And then one day I went online and I said, is irregardless a word? It says no. Now people are going to use it anyway, so I guess it is, but you just say regardless. You don't say irregardless. It's just, I don't know where it came from, but I found out it's not real English, Yeah. So, of all the coins in the game, I searched hundreds of coins. DEXE is literally a shining coin above hundreds of coins. Like, it's doing what most coins aren't. It's holding key levels that most coins can't. It's definitely, it's on the radar. I gotta put my update in the Bitcoin section, in the alt section. I don't know why. I made a mistake, So now we're just traveling through space and time here. The tighter, the better, I guess, for the bulls. I gotta say though, that 5 minutes in a bear flag on the 21. Well, that's the first thing. You get above the 21, then you start to make the move. I'm liking the 1 hour, the way it's reversing on Bitcoin right now. That's kind of my thing. You know what I mean? I love that. I love getting in right here and just letting it pump back to the upside. I've been doing that literally for the last 2 months, just waiting on, catching those lows. I got this low recently. I don't know how they didn't get me. My stop was there, and then I caught that run up. So crazy. That was nuts. And then last night, the descending triangle, which I so could have seen. Felt like 8 in the morning, too. At 5, 8. It was right there at 7 in the morning. Dump to the downside. I was with my foot injury. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning. My foot hurts and it's sore. When I wake up, I want to keep it just elevated for an extra 20 minutes. It's been harder for me to move, man. But I'll be back. Just so you know, I'm suffering an Achilles rupture surgery. I had a surgery for my Achilles, and it's been tough. And then I kind of re-injured my foot. I didn't hurt the Achilles, but I sprained it, or I did something to the scar tissue, and about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and 2 days now, a Wednesday in Las Vegas, I did something to my foot, man, and I have to ice it and keep it elevated throughout the day. Otherwise, it gets so swollen. So I'm battling, and then I can't really rehab my Achilles the way I want, which I know is going to set me back. So I feel like it's going to be a year until I really walk again the right way, which is a bit sad. And it gets in my head sometimes. I get a little depressed about it. Honestly, I mean, I don't know if this short's going to play out, folks. I may abandon it. Like, why take the time? It looks like they're going to come get me. Why take the loss? Right? 1 hour's in reversal mode now on these late shorts. This is where I should be, is catching this long right now. And now I feel like I'm flipped, like, you're going back, and that's when you I step away, reset the brain, maybe come back in the afternoon. They're pumping this puppy now. I mean, that's tweezer bottom on the 1 hour. You should reverse back to the next resistance. Here to 79.8 and then up to 80,000. Yeah, they're pumping that puppy, man. So I was wrong, folks. Look at that. I wasn't right this time. It's a shame, right? Very overbought on the stochastics RSI. That's crazy. Funny, that gave me deja vu, though, when I used to not trade the moving averages. I used to trade the Stokes, and, man, the Stokes can stay pinned, man. You got to use supportive resistance. Otherwise, you'll get duped by the stochastics. I'll stay in. We'll see what happens. We'll keep the losses small. I think DEXE is like the main thing we should be focused on in the next 5, 6, 7 days. While everything else is doing all sorts of other stuff, DEXE is just continuing to stay on point. So it is what it is. We'll see. We're not out yet, man. We didn't get stopped out yet. You never know. This might just kind of curve down, but it's looking to be like we're wrong. Let me look at the 4 hour. I'd like to get the green, so what I'm looking for too is the bounce. I'm still under the impression that the daily is going to do some type of tight consolidation. And we're going to consolidate here. We're going to get a green candle right here next to the red one, and we're going to bounce right back to the top of the channel. We're just channel trading here. And look, this previous resistance is holding as support right now. It's a big deal. It's saying thou shalt not pass. We're right at resistance right now on the 4 hour. We get through it, we get a bump. We get snuffed by it, we continue lower. 170 in the trade on the low. Only time will tell. Caspa, Canted CC, BitTensor. I like BitTensor for a long-term hold. Still a few coins that I consider worth holding. Solana, I think, is something in the future that's going to happen. Chainlink with RWA. I like Ondo. It just tends to move so dang slow. I like BNB better than Ondo, technically. I just feel like there's more opportunity for BNB in the long term. I think Hyperliquid will go to like $100, but it will take a long time and a really big market cap. But I feel like it will eventually make a move. Wow, they got us stuck here, 79,257. BOOKMAP suggests that we go lower, but it's not 100% as well. And maybe they stop me out before they dump it. You never know. Be okay with all scenarios. Be like, hey, I learned whatever I had to learn today from trading. I made it in trading. I made millions of dollars. I didn't know it was going to happen. I was, you know, and I was at it for so long, folks. It took me 17 years to make my first mill. Many, many times I should have left. Many people, after 10, 12 years of not making it, they would have given up. They would have said, this isn't for me. I'm insane. I really am a nut person. Like I am one of the people that never gives up, man. Never. Like, thank God for my relentless nature, because that's really all that ever made me my money. All the other skills I had were nothing compared to my ability to be relentless. You know what I mean? My father gave it to me. I saw my father was a relentless man. Like, he told me he went 7 days a week. He traveled, you know, there was no work in Boston. He was an iron worker. He had to pay the bills, right? He said a lot of guys were just started drinking in the local bars, collecting unemployment, just becoming nothing burgers. And he said to himself, I can't do that to my family. My family's got to have the best, have the steaks. My kids got to have skates at ice hockey. And my dad picked up his stuff, packed a bag, and he said he drove to Milwaukee 48 hours straight to work on a powerhouse. And then, you know, he eventually ended up in Santa Barbara, Mobile, Alabama, and wherever he'd find work, he'd get on a job and he'd work. Bethlehem Steel, right? He worked for Bethlehem Steel for a long time. And he said, hey, they didn't treat you the best, but they had the most work, man. So you took what you got. And my dad traveled, and he worked 7 days a week a lot because he was on the road. And what was he going to sit in his hotel and do nothing Saturday and Sunday? So he'd go to the job site and look for extra work. They'd find something for him to do, overtime here, there. He said guys would leave in the rain. He'd go inside and do bolt. You know, he'd organize bolts. Whatever he could do, man, he would say, I'll stay, man. There's got to be something. And he was always hungry, my dad. And these are the stories my dad told me, man. Always stay hungry. Always keep, you know, everyone else went home. I looked for another job. Like, always make it happen. You know, you can, you know, my dad always told me that we toil within our brains and we make our opportunities within inside our minds, and we believe in ourselves and things will come our way, man. My dad said, ye have little faith. Always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. You know, whenever I was down and out, I'd call my dad and he'd say, hey, go down and say a prayer. Ask God for help. He said, you have little faith, you know, basically your ego's too big to ask for help. You know, you can't bend and say, hey, dear Lord, I need some help. I'm struggling right now. And I'm looking for help, dear Lord. Please give me the insight. Give me something to get me out of this mental rut I'm in. Right. And for me, it was working out. Once I found the ability to work out, it changed my brain. Once my brain changed, I was able to kind of get out of the rut and the negative thoughts that I used to have. And I was able to turn myself into a multimillionaire, successful businessman. But it took a long time, folks. I struggled, and I still struggle, and I still have demons that I have to watch out for. You know, and that's why working out, I tell everyone, is oh so important. This wick is pretty good. It's telling us, that downward wick there is telling us that we're likely going to get a follow-through move. And see, it looked like I was going to lose, but you never know. I may still win this puppy. I don't like seeing Bitcoin dump in general. But we're just trading liquidity, and we're trading what we see. That's a bear flag. There's liquidity below us. And there we go. Send it, baby. Send it. Technically an entry right there before the dump of the break of the trend line, but I got in somewhere right around there. So I got it a little late on the short, technically, too, by a millimeter. Yeah, so, man, I like to talk about my life on the show because the show is my life. All right. Other guys, they just do TA and they show up a couple times a week or something. But to me, this show is my life, man. Every day of my life, I give it to you. Congratulations on your 2,000 stream. Thank you for the knowledge and the time. I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. The real crypto boomer. I love you, man. I love you, girl. It's a girl, actually. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Tundra1374. Please analyze Canton Network. We'll take a look at Canton. You'll probably do Bitcoin on the 1 week and the daily anyway. Thanks, Sam. Happy to see you still around. This is where I first learned. God bless you. Hey, a lot of people began their journey with me. I appreciate that. And yeah, show number 2,000, folks. Thank you for all the awesome super chats that are pouring in today. Thank you for all the awesome support and love. I appreciate it. After our monster stream yesterday, 5-hour live stream. Insanity. Yeah, but so the show is my life every single day. If you're new to the show, jump on in. My name's Sam Price. I live stream 7 days a week, 24 days, 24 hours a day, 30 days a month, 31, 365 days a year, except for leap year, whereas I do 364, which we just had, right? So I skimped you on one day this week, this year. No, but seriously, we do monthly candle closes, weekly candle closes, just everything, morning updates on the weekends. And they're going to make you really pay for this one. Like, you're going to have to really, sit here and wait for this to play out. Tell you, that curving 21, how 21's curving, you want the 21 to keep pushing down. When the 21 curves, it's kind of telling you that the price action is decided to kind of like right there, we got to pump out. It's I almost wish I wasn't short right now, just because my mind would be clearer. Like, I wouldn't revenge trade along. Now I have to revenge trade along, and I'm like, I'd rather just be patient and wait and get into the long at the right time. 1 hour is struggling to hold that next candle, though. We'll see, man. I'm still short. No guarantees. We will see. We will see. You're my first and only mentor, lifer for life. God bless you, man. Thank you. I got to always remind myself of that. How many people believe in me, man? Let's take a look at CC, Canton CC, and see what's happening to CC. When you've gone live as many times as I have, your life gets, you fall into the mix of what is this, right? It's so many times that you just start to you can't see the impact you've made anymore. You've gotten so many testimonials from thousands of people. The first time I read a testimonial, it made me cry, right? I was like, I'm not saying they don't still get to me. Dude, I like Canton CC, and we talked about how it stayed between 15 and 16 for literally weeks. Since all through April, it's been strong. Even after the pump, it's been holding its level. And you could either, extend this trend and put it inside of a bigger channel, which is, to me, I think the best idea. But you could also see that it slightly broke out, though. I mean, it's telling us it's a safe bet. If I buy around here, the worst it can do is go down to 14 and then head up. But it might take a long time to play out, right? So, looks like a short thing. Nothing is in trading. You never know. But that consolidation is telling us a lot. And I don't see how this thing doesn't eventually break up to the upside over time, right? So, Canton CC looks interesting to me for sure. And it's been on my radar for a while. It's definitely something I keep looking at. And they got us just sideways here, 79.1. Woo. I gotta say, it's starting to turn into a low, a higher low, a higher low, 3 higher lows in a row. And that 1 hour is looming to get the reversal. S&P also reversing back to the upside so far. People look at this as a beautiful buy opportunity on the low there. It's hidden bullish divergence too, as well, as you have a swing down on RSI, but a swing up on price. Tells you you'll break this high before you break this low, so you'll consolidate. So what I see happening, based off the hidden bullish divergence, is this is going to kind of do this thing tight. And then by the end of May, we actually have a breakout. And thank you so much again for thanking me on the 2000 stream, number 2000, folks. And it just kind of, like I said, I get numb to the amount of consistency that I've done in my life. I just know I'm consistent, and I know that my life will go well if I stay consistent. And nothing else I can do. Right? That's it. I got my dad's haircut, man. It's funny. Wow, and you can just see how, and again, people make tons of money. I see people making big money on leverage, right? The move was there. That's when the big money was made, when you got this monster move, right? My point is, I think I'm pretty high. This is pretty high risk. It's 23x at $2,200, turning it into a $15,000. And look, I've been sitting in the trade for a long time and barely made any money. So to make big money here, you would have had been a high leverage and taken just a tiny scalp, right? Just in this chop. I'm just saying. Not here. That was, but in this chop. So, and I see people do stuff like that, and I'm like, so you're telling me if Bitcoin went opposite way, $50, you would have lost, $10,000. I don't know. I just find when I can always see an unsustainable trading style, right? Other people won't see it. And a guy can be online showing you an unsustainable trading style for a long time. And, thousands of newbies will never identify it as long as he shows a couple wins here and there. You know what I mean? To me, if the risk is so big that 10 of them would be detrimental, then like if you could lose $100,000 5 times and you're down to $500,000 on 5 losses, I feel like it's unsustainable. Now, what if you're risking so much that when you win, you're winning 10 million? I mean, you got to have a bankload. You got to have a big bankroll for that, right? I see a lot of people too that they have the bankroll, but they're not explaining that to the people that they're trading against, right? Like, look at me. I don't even want to say what I'm worth, but I'm worth, multiple M's, right? You could say, and I get $25,000 in this account. If I lose this whole account, will it matter to me? I'm not going to be happy about it. But am I going to be like devastated? No. But if you lost $25,000, so like if you were trying to trade the same way as me, okay, and maybe you're richer than me, and you go, you could risk $50,000. I'll go the other way. I'm not always the top dog. I'm a little guy. I'm just a guy. So my point is, learn the trading style someone's teaching. Stay away from the big gains and the $1 million this and that, because at the end of the day, if you're not together sitting there, and if you're not next to that person saying, hey, how much are you worth? Where are you? What is your risk? Then you're replicating something that doesn't make any sense. All right. So just remember that whenever you're out here, so that's why I don't show tons of money sometimes. And sometimes I might even make a big trade that nobody knows about. Because to me, flashing all my big gains in front of you isn't going to help you become a great trader. It actually may be the opposite, But if I show how I actually consistently win, even smaller accounts, big accounts, or that's the key. I want you to learn the strategies that I'm teaching you. You might even get distracted by the money and not learn the strategy if it's all about the money. If I show the strategy, and that's when I learned, man, I'm a teacher, Sam. It hit me one day. I said, Sam, you're a teacher. God wants you to teach. Right? God helped you make these millions of dollars in trading so you could teach it. You could help others. It's not always about you and your money, Sam. It's about other people. That's a hard pill to swallow some days for me. Every once in a while, my whole trading group will hit a massive gain. I'll put out the long, but somehow, someone came to my house and I have to deal with a delivery, and I missed the exact entry. And so everyone makes a bunch of money, but I don't. And I say, you know what? I still helped a bunch of people do what they needed to do. I still maintain my, I did my teaching. So I've come to this realization now that half my life is trading and half my life is teaching. I didn't know that was going to happen to me. I just started as a trader, right? So, and really when you dissect the two, there's two different ways. If you're just live trading and if you're teaching, there's two different things to do. For instance, as a teacher, you slow down. You don't do two things at once while you're teaching other people. You know what I mean? Like, what if you went to class and your teacher was, I don't know, he was playing pickleball while he was teaching. Like, one hand he was like, would you be able to listen to that person? No. You know what I mean? So, you want to make sure your teacher's dedicated to you 100%, giving you all their time, focused on you for that moment in time, right? Important. Now, I had a teacher, and they're sitting there drinking coffee half the time, or, I don't know, they're doing something else. I'd be, distracted. Wouldn't be able to take it in. This looks like shoulder, head, right shoulder. I got to be honest, I'm not loving the short right now. I've been in it for a while. I feel like it could have collapsed by now. And I secretly don't want Bitcoin to dump. I secretly want to, want this to kind of wick back up and turn into a miracle here. Look, they took out the low, which is crazy. They took out the low of yesterday so fast. can see just the mat, like, liquidate the shorts, liquidate the longs. Finally, the high stochastic tends to play. Here you're supposed to dump. There you're supposed to dump. Down, 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 down. They extended it for so long. So now we want to see the stochastics come back down. Now, if they come back down and don't take out this low, like we end up curving here, that's, let me show you something about the stochastics RSI. And shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. We are a force of nature here at 1,200 beautiful souls on the live stream. So much faith in my lifers, man. So much faith in this community. Why? Well, because without you guys, I wouldn't be anywhere in life. I'd just be a known trader, or I'd have my money. I'd be doing my thing, but man, I would have never become a known teacher. I would never have gone through the metamorphosis that I went through with trading. Like, God and my channel have taught me so much about life, about having faith, about believing in yourself when the whole market, there's times when the market doesn't look good. I believe in myself, or the trade at the time doesn't look like it's going to play out. But I have faith, and I just keep doing the same thing every day, and somehow the consistency pays off. I hope I can get through to you on that sense. I may not be the smartest trader. I'm sure this trader's better than me. I've never claimed to be the best. Really. I never claimed to be the smartest, the quickest, the fastest. But I am the most consistent. And I'll be honest, it doesn't matter if you're smarter, quicker, better than me. I'm more consistent than 99.9999999% of the world, right? If you can say that about yourself, I'm telling you right now that you're going to be successful in whatever industry you're in. So, Lifer, you have taught us, bro. God bless. Thank you. Grateful to be here for the 2000 stream. Thank you. I love this channel, Sam, and such a good soul. God bless you. Thank you. I wish this trade would have played out by now. We're just sitting in limbo now, waiting for this to move. Technically, it kind of lost the trend line. It's right there. Grateful to be here. And honestly, to do the streams as much as I have in my life, it's taken a toll on me, folks. A good toll, but it's taught me a lot. And some days I end the stream and I am tired, man. I am tired, right? 80,000 Bitcoin with just a blip on the chart soon, like 8,000 in early 2020, and people will regret not buying and owning. My only regret is not buying more. 100%. I should have way more Bitcoin, honestly, than I have right now when it was at $3,000. I bought a lot, though. I did my part. I threw my hat in the ring. So, congrats on the 2000 show. Thank you. Thank the Lord. God bless you, man. Where's the profit target? I mean, it would be at 77,650 if it plays out. Right now, I may bail out. $69 loss is actually pretty sweet. $1,200 watching, only 300 likes. Oh, there's got to be more likes than that. 468 likes, man. Yeah, just refresh. I knew we had 500 likes. Dang near. How do you avoid a trade, make it a trade, or fall for the Stokes being stuck up or down? Support or resistance. Moving averages. Like we were stuck up here for so long. Look, now it's like... now that I look at it, they may just come and double bottom here at 78.6. And funny, when we win this trade, you're going to be like, wow, he actually did win it. Took a lot of patience and time. Right? Hi, my beautiful wife. I love you more. And shout out to Weeks. You could trade on Weeks here, or you could even open up a demo account. They got a leaderboard about futures. They have a lot of cool stuff. They have auto earn. You can auto earn on your money. It's pretty cool, man. They have so much stuff going on. They have the La Liga Arena where you can actually pick a team. I signed up already. I'm ready to go. Choose a team, earn points, win rewards, right? I picked home. You'd be like, no, insufficient. I don't have enough. Oh, yeah, I already used all my points in bet on what I could, right? My points. Win rate, 66.6. 2 correct calls. Amazing. I forgot that I did that recently. Yeah, and then you can get stuff with the points. It's just fun. It's just another... There's always something fun, man. Weeks is super creative. And they go out of their way. They're like their development team and their B&D, they're just like light years ahead of. There's a reason why Weeks kind of came out of nowhere in the last 2 years and became a huge hit. And honestly, I consider myself really good at finding, I found MEXC when nobody knew about it. It became one of the bigger premier exchanges. Hey, we flipped green, folks. We finally flipped green here. I found KuCoin when it was very low before it got big. I found Weeks very early. Shout out to one of my team members that put it on my radar. So I suggested a few days ago on your live and they added it the next day. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Well, you know what? The BD watches our live stream and he looks at the comments. And when he sees things that I don't even know about, he corrects them. And he's really into our community. He uses our community to kind of incubate the product, man. We have so many people using it. We're so passionate about what we do that they really like. And that's why a lot of exchanges want to work with me. Not only because they know the volume comes from our amazing community, but because we really use the exchanges and we know what works and we give great feedback. Like, we'll help your product develop better if we use it. You know what I mean? Gratitude, love the channel vibes, and you're amazing, sir. Thank you so much, man. What a beautiful day on this Friday. And we had a very consistent viewer base this week. One of the strongest in a long time. Shout out to all the new people that may have jumped in yesterday live. Those long live streams actually pay off. We got double the subscribers yesterday. It did. I mean, it actually did something for the channel. So you put in the work, you get something back every single time, folks. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not worth working hard. Because everyone says, oh, there's Illuminati. Everyone's so connected. Why should I even work hard? Well, because for your own sense of self and what you believe in. That's why. Because it's not about everybody else. It's about conquering your inner soul. It's about doing what's right for what makes you feel good. As long as you're not hurting anybody, that's so important. What I mean is, like, say you have a room and you don't clean your room. No one really cares that you don't clean your room. But if you do, you'll know you're someone that cleans your room. And it'll make you feel more complete and put together. So it's not about the rest of the world. It's about you and what you believe in and what helps you tick and what helps you make it move. For years, I was living under what the world wanted of me. I had no real sense of what I was going to accomplish. So I love when I started the YouTube channel. I had 100,000 in front of me, and I was going to work until I hit 100,000 subscribers. Now we're going to work till we hit 250,000 subscribers. And that's it. There's no other way, right? So he says, can you please tell me where the support for Aptos is? And I'm under the impression that we are going to get a pullback on the S&P and the NASDAQ. And that should affect Bitcoin. You get a massive dump there. I believe they should dump. I mean, you got this giant cup and handle. I mean, the support right there is at 91.5, right? That's going to be your next big area. You're right at a support right now. But you lose that as 91.5. You lose that, you're going to 86. And then the absolute bottom is 81,000. Yeah. You're an inspiration. Thank you for helping us grow a positive way. Much love, sir. God bless you, man. I've been sending people your way. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Daneo or Dan. Dane. Yeah, Dane Oglivia. Ogilvla. Let me look at it. It's Dane Ogilvia, right? Ogilvia. He said, I've been sending people your way. Dane Ogilvy. Ogilvy. No, Dane Ogilvy. Yeah, Dane Ogilvy. I got you now. He says DXY bumping. That's crazy. Now look, it looks like we've double bottomed at 78.9. It's a battle here, folks. And honestly, the bigger time frames have been easier to trade because, I just put it along here. I walk away. I come back in a few hours, I'm either up or I get stopped out. You know what I mean? It's like either in an hour and a half, I get stopped out, or 6 hours, I get to hang out in the trade. They're definitely bouncing this puppy around, man. This is tough trading. Look, I've been in the trade. Look, it's been inside. Again, isn't this funny? Another day where my channel, 10 to 12, price action was in a range. This is not normal, right? And it was in a range from 78.9 to 79.2. I mean, it's in a $300 range. Up and down for 2 hours straight, right? Since we started the show. My 5 friends watch you, man. Thank you. I've sent 5 people your way, and what I love is they all say the same thing. You know, that guy teaches more than just how to trade. He just makes me feel better about the day. And it's like, oh man, thank you, Dirty Skirts. You know, everyone says your channel did better. A lot of there was a lot of crypto channels, and when the crypto went down, their channels went down hard. Like if they were getting 1,200 viewers, they got down to 500. You know what I mean? And my channel didn't, because I sell my life and my life experience and my narrative. And that can't change with crypto. Like crypto can go up and down. I'm still alive, baby. You know? And I think that, you know, people want a story. I used to love that movie, Finding Forrester. Movies that really made me cry got to me. Yes, some movies have made me cry. They've gotten to me. I'll admit it. And I want you to look at my channel like it's a movie, man. Like like I'm a main character and you're with the main character and my mother died, right? Like, wow. Like, how could you not be connected to me when you saw me go through that? Like, and so you take shorts with the 21 below the 200, the flag out of touch of 21, same as the longs. Oh, you have a long preference. No, very similar. Exactly. I said it in the trading group today. Yeah. Because lifer is a brother and we all see that. Thank you. Thank you. If I just did this for money, I could do 4 days a week, 5 days a week. I could take a day. I could take days off. I'd still make them pretty much the same money over time, right? When you see how consistent I am, you realize that I never did this for money. Money was just a byproduct of a bigger passion, of a bigger vision, of bigger energy, of higher frequency. That's what I want you to understand. If you're chasing money, it'll come if you go after something you love or something that you know you can maintain and consistently do. You don't have to love it if you consistently do it. Yeah. Does the model work better in different time frames? I mean, technically it should have dumped. I'm surprised that it didn't dump here. That they're digging in right now. I've been here since 30K subs. You have my respect, L Professor. Thank you. And today, I want to give away a TREZOR wallet, folks. I've got a bunch of TREZOR wallets to give. Let me go get the bag here. And let me talk about it. Went by the TREZOR booth and told them how much I love TREZOR. I wasn't lying. I've been a TREZOR holder since their first TREZOR ever. And, you know, I got TREZORs, man. And these are nice. These aren't even the white ones. These are the touchscreen Model Ts. I have some of the old ones, too. The old ones are great. The original hardware wallet, this thing is amazing, too, man. I'm telling you, like, you can even use it for a Uber key. You can use this for a key on your email that you use for, because people could hack into your email, right? So we have about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, man. I have 7. No, I have 9. I have 9 Model Ts to give away. And I have 4 of the old version, the first one they ever put out, which is still workable, works great as a hardware wallet, right? Get your first hardware wallet today. Actually, there's another one. There's 5. So we have in total 14 wallets to give. I'd like to give a Model T away right now to somebody out there. Would anybody like a TREZOR Model T wallet? Let me know in the comment section. He says, I use a Model T and I love it, right? Been following since 2021. Who would like to have a TREZOR Model T wallet? I'd love to give you guys one. I'd love to hook you up. Let's take a look at it so you can see what it is. The TREZOR Model T. It's super nice. It's touchscreen, number one. It's big. It's a great use case. I love it, man. And again, you don't have to buy it on Amazon where you don't know what happened to it, right? I have not tampered with these. They're all completely closed. They'll have a tamper-proof little thing on them. And I'm not opening hardware wallets and then sending. Imagine that. Draining your keys. That'd be awesome, right? No. And look, I even have the new one. I ponied up and bought the new one from them that day, the TREZOR Safe 3. All right. Or no, is this? No, the Safe 7. And I got Bitcoin Orange on the Safe 7. Unopened yet, too, as well, right? You know what I mean? I got so many hardware wallets. I got them everywhere. They had a new LEPAL Titan. That looked pretty cool, too. Fitted in your hand. So many new wallets out there. But let me know if you'd like a TREZOR wallet. All right. Me, I want one. Okay. I would love a Model T. Interesting. Okay, so let's do something fun here. I'm going to put a number between... I know, right? I'll put a number here between 100 and 300. Interesting, right? A number between 100 and 300. Whoever guesses that number wins the Model T. I have to see it. You might guess the number, but I can't see it. You have to guess it and I see it. I want to make that clear because this goes really fast. So a number between $100 and $300. I just wrote the number there. All right. It's in yellow marker. It's really hard to see. Let me solidify it. Here, I'll do this. You can see me write the number. So I don't know if, like, you know what I mean? That movement helped you at all. Let's take a look here. We got a lot of numbers coming in. We got a lot of numbers coming in right now. Someone's going to get it, which is crazy. You know, somehow, some way, someone's just going to hit it because there's so many of you guys that we're going to get it. I haven't seen it yet. Ooh, this number's really close. There's a number here that's really close to it. This number's really close to it, too. I love this because, like, someone's going to hit it and, like, it's just a random universal code of, like, even me just making this up at the present moment in time. Chat rate's out of control right now. Someone got really close. Someone's really close in here. Oh, I got it. I got it. I'm going to let it come in for a bit, but I'm pretty sure I got it. Hold on. Keep it coming, but someone got it. Someone got it. All right. I'm actually going to reveal them here. Where did that go? Oh, there we go. All right. No bounce back. All right. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. I just want to drag it out. Why not? I get the good chat rate. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what you get. You pay, you give away the gift and you get a good chat rate, right? Nothing. Interesting. All right, we got it. 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 Okay, so the winner is... Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Oh yeah, I pinned his comment. I pinned his comment. Shout out to Paul. Sorry, Paul. Because it was like, it looked like Paul won. And now I feel like I got to hook Paul up. You know what I mean? But the Greek crypto trader, man, I pinned you to make sure I could lock you in there. Otherwise, I was going to miss it. There's no way I was going to be able to, like, stay on it. Sean, if you could give me back the exchanges, maybe you're not on stream, though. So, oh, there he is. He's still back. Look at that. You're amazing, Sean. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you knew to do that. Like, you're like a genius, Sean. Anyway, so shout out to my man. You just won a TREZOR Model T, bro. 242 was the number written on the back. I'll force it into focus. You can see the 242 is blurry, but it's there. It should be in focus. Focus. Anyway, you see the 240, there it is. 242 as promised. All right. Email us today. Let me know, and I will ship that to you. Some of these are international shipments. A little tougher for me, but it is what it is. We figured it out. All right. I don't believe this. You won, man. Congratulations, dude. You did it, man. It was you, bro. I love when someone's like, I don't believe I won, man. You did, man. You did. And I love that I get to give things away. And this is worth like $100 too. I mean, how much is it worth here on $129? Oh, no, wait. There's a newer model of this. We don't know when if this will be. Yeah, exactly. I don't even think you can buy these anymore. They may be out of stock. So many people put it in there. No cloud in sight in Tampa. What a beautiful day. I know, not a cloud in the sky today here in sunny Florida. Unbelievable. Not a cloud in the sky. So I got to tell you, man, I'm still in the short. And the only way you'll find out what happens to this trade if you join the trading group and go to cryptolifer.com. All right, if you want to follow along with what happens to me in this trade or what I do later on today, I highly suggest you go to cryptolifer.com to jump on in. All right. Love you, Sam. 6 years here. Wow, you've been watching me that long and you got to win something. That makes me so happy, man. That makes me so happy, bro. I want to make you a mod, dude. You've been here that long. You don't have to do much. If you see a crazy comment, you can delete it. That's it. You see someone like swearing or something, you can say, hey, please don't use swears. Let's see how you look in blue, man. Beautiful day in Western Texas, man. Sammy Gift won the ball as well for the special 200th episode. Yeah, why not? You know what, Paul? You win too because I accidentally showed your channel. So you get one too. All right? So email us, Paul. You win too, man. Yeah, why get you excited and not come through for you? So, Paul, you won and so did the Greek guy. All right? There you go. And thank you for the suggestion. I think you were 100%. The more you give, the better. And there's two right out the bat right there. So 1 hour closed red, that's not a good sign. Likely that we continue lower here, out this bear flag. It's a bear flag, folks. But you never know. I mean, I could see it, Adam and Eve loop up. Like, it's just, they're digging it in here. They're keeping it range bound. They don't want to show me win or lose on this show today. They're like, hey, this analyst is too good. We need to make him look bad. I'll be honest, that wick is strong, though. You have a green candle close with the wick. I mean, it technically tells me I could get in here with the stop below and technically, the long back to the upside looks like the move. The short looks likely on the 15. Long looks okay on the 1. We kind of wait for the, I'll be honest, the 21 crossing there, and the whole thing could just belly you up. Like, you might do one of these. You might be waiting for the 1 hour to make a bear flag. We might take a while here. Sad thing is, this could do this, I could get stopped out, and then the bigger move happens, right? 21 comes to price action. Only time will tell. I stay short at 12:03. Everyone, I got to jump on out of here. Help my wife with something real quick. She asked at the beginning of the show. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Today was an amazing live stream. Shout out to anyone that won the hardware wallets. We appreciate that. We love you guys. And we thank you so much. May you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. If you want to trade where we trade, we have links in the pinned comment. We make it very simple to find. All right. In the pinned comment right here, we have links to Weeks, BTCC, and Pionex. If you would like to trade on those exchanges, they are there for you. All right. Shout out to everyone that uses any links or anything and supports me in any way, shape, or form, joins the Discord, or even just says hello on the channel. I appreciate it.